Prime to your
Hey,
Twitter.
Keepy.
Oh, viewers of plenty. Oh, viewers of plenty. Whoa.
Cheers, Keeps. Thank you very much. And we need to do another one as well, if I remember correctly. Just give me a second. We need to rerun the fun for Care as well. Let me just go to rerunning the fun on there. Oops, hello, that's a bit wonky. There we go. Right, let's go to the dashboard. Oh, itchy smells. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you. Yeah, we're starting before midday. Yeah, on a Saturday. It's good this Saturday, lark. Have these Saturdays off. Yeah, good. It's all good. Let's rerun the fun.
Prime to your Twitter. Oh, viewers of plenty. Oh, viewers of plenty. Whoa.
There we go. Thank you very much, Kerr. Much appreciated. Lewis the Blob's with us as well. How you doing, Lou? Good to see you. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're tickety-boo. Hope you're fabulous.
Prime to your Twitter.
Louis the Blob.
Viewers of plenty. Oh, viewers of plenty. Whoa.
It's a hype. Yes, we've got a bit of a hype train going on. Say, that's good. I like that. Level 1 complete of the hype train. Everybody's kind of kicking it. Luke's just coming in straight away with the jokes. I'm not going to repeat it. Unbelievable, man. You never change. You never change. How you doing anyway? I hope you're all well. Hope you're all tickety-boo. So, yeah, busy week this week for me. We had a lot on at work. So streams didn't really happen. We did do... Very interestingly, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember when we did it now, where we started our playthrough of Alan Wake 1, the remastered. Fuck, that game's quite good, isn't it? Yeah, see? But I haven't been able to play it anymore, so we may do that tonight. But I thought this afternoon, we haven't played LOTRO in a little while, so we're going to dive in. Obviously, we've had the letter to the players go out this week as well, which I think is interesting to look out for the year of 2024. Quite a few aims there. I also did, after doing the Rockfish Everspace stream last night, I actually watched the Cord of the Rings, which actually wasn't Cord of the Rings. It was Orion of the Rings, because Cord wasn't there. So it was Orion. To be fair, I actually think it was quite good, because it was good insight. And as much as the team get hit from all sorts of quarters, it's one of those, now I work in the industry, I feel sorry for them with the amount of shit that they get given. People think it's justified, and it's never justified, that the hate that people send various people's ways. So I will agree to disagree on that score. But he did a very good interview going through a lot of the questions. He actually went through what I'm going to go through in a little bit, which obviously is the producer's letter, the letter to the players for the year ahead, outlining a lot of things. So I do recommend, with his insight, that you actually go watch it. It is about an hour. I know it's, I haven't got time to sit and watch for an hour, but I think it will bring you up to date with a lot of things. I will try and remember a lot of what he did actually say in regards various questions that came up, but it's very difficult. It was late, about 11:30 when I finished watching it, and I had a long day, so not everything will have sunk in my brain. So I'm sure we'll have forgotten many things. So if anybody has watched it, then please do chime in with comments. So what I'm just going to first do, though, is I'm going to do some ill omens on Creety, because he's the one that's been doing these this week. After I've done that, then we'll switch to looking at the producer's letter, and then from there I've got a load more comments from various posts on the forum, where Orion himself actually did enhance the answers and everything else that was in the producer letter to the players kind of thing. So yeah, there was lots of questions. I haven't been back again yet to see what's been going on in the forums. The forums is still a cesspit of entitlement, and I hate going there. Because I think the people need to get their heads out of their asses a little bit. What can you do? People are people. Yeah, somebody's shouting and screaming. So let's just get that. Come on. You can tell it's a Saturday. You can tell it's busy. 5 days left on the subscribe. Yeah. Da, 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 da. I think we're up to this is day this is day 9 actually. Sorry, the day 9. So we've only got tomorrow. We'll then finish the Omens 10 days if you so require. Wow, that is taking a while. Jesus. Yeah, man. You send a request to open up your bags and you can't even open up your bags. What's that all about? Rude. Uh-oh. Might do this in a little bit, actually. Yeah, because this is going to take quite a little bit. Right, where's Penna? There. Header. Right, there we go. Skirmish up, treacherous wilds. There we go. It's just over. So, Storm and Methadras, Ford of Brune in the Icy Crevasse, Attack at Dawn, and the Barrow Downs. Don't do the Barrow Downs one. Fuck, that was difficult. I actually died in that one, and it was level 142 as well. It was actually quite impressively difficult. How happy it was. Boop boop boo doo. Choo choo. Boink. There we go. You gonna drop into there? Oh, you just wow. This is not playing good, is it? Right, let's just go to that. Drag that into there. Everything was really slow at loading. Even Prime was only just loaded. Choo choo. Cool. Let's just go back to there. Things are catching up. Drop in there. Come on. Defense. Come on. Fuck. I think I might have to start an instance. Right, let's just get rid of that, don't we? Right, Storm of Methadras, Ford of Brune. We'll do Ford of Brune. Ford of Brune, it does take a little while, but it's still a V. Because you are waiting on stuff. But Ford of Brune, 142. Thank you. Not 132, 142. We'll launch that. We'll travel now. Again, when you're in a private instance, sometimes it helps
the
you.
Enemy have marched up to the bank of the Bruinen and
activate
await the
things.
sign to attack. Dark clouds roll in as a great storm
Let's see.
approaches. If the
Boom.
fort falls,
You see, that's instantaneous.
Rivendell shall
Almost like
not
when you
be
got a
far
lot of people in
behind
the
it.
same area, it just
The
doesn't
battle
like it.
is nearly upon you.
Yeah, it's nearly upon us, so let's just do that. Let's get this on the go. Let's get our warrior. Let's get our northbound. Let's get it all. Oh, right. Which one are you gonna do first? Which one? Okay. Now you're gonna start on that side. Yeah, jibber jabber, jibber jabber, jibber jabber. Go on. Looks like this side. There we go. Boop. Help with that one then. Oh yeah, let's get rid of these defilers. Pain in the ass. Hello. Huh? Rude. All of that. Didn't actually do anything there at all. Oop. Yeah, the archer volley, I never bothered. I mean, it comes in handy if you're maybe on level, but generally I just batter the bejesus out of these things. There we go. Oop. Choo-choo. Oh. Way up. Here, you weasel. Go. Oh. Yeah, blah blah blah. Just about actually. Now we've Lou, we've just literally dived into the afternoon. So yeah, we're just sneaking one in. It's because there's so many games that I want to play and there's so many games that I want to stream as well, and it's kind of fitting them all in because, you know, I want you guys to come along for the little journey as well. There we go, we've broken that. Cool. Right. And then cracking on from the north. Okay, you're going to be up there somewhere, aren't you? Where are you? Yeah, you're there. There we go. I like to do these if I can. Because I'm always expecting one or two just to not be on my list. You come this side this time. Groovy. Whoop. Boink. Love it. Whoop. But yeah, possibly Alan Wake tonight, you know, Saturday evening. Scaring the bejesus out of ourselves with all supernatural shit. And various other things, I'm sure. But yeah, there's sometimes there's just too many games and not enough time. And the other thing is as well, you've just got to be in the mood to stream it. You know, games and stuff like that. Sometimes you just don't want to. I think you guys, I did mention to you a long time ago when I was about to start working for Rockfish that I didn't. Oh, hello. Didn't know if I'd be streaming as much because of being sat at a computer all day. I mean, it's still my outlet, but I've certainly noticed that I'm watching more TV away from streaming, away from gaming, than I did normally. And when I say TV, it's definitely not trash TV like, you know, Love Island or anything shitty like that. God no. You know, we've been watching Reacher, great TV series. Loving that. Hello you. Come on, in the volley. Come on, stand in the volley. Well, there we go. Come on, volley. Incoming. Yeah, I did a bit of work on it there. Boop. Alright, second assault complete. A Harbinger, where are you? Oh, you're down there, yeah, we'll go and get you. So we'll do the Harbinger and then we'll just leave. Logos Deathwell. Okay. I think I've dealt with him before. Hey-oh. There we go. I love that, you know, that Deadeye, for whatever reason, will start pulling the aggro. But anyway, we're going to leave now. Going to be done with Ill Omens today, at least on my mains. Have I missed a day? I wonder if I missed a day, because this is number 9 for me. So I wonder if I didn't start it straight away. I'm a day behind. So yeah. So yeah, we've done that one anyway. Oop. So yeah, yeah, I think I must have missed the first day of doing it. I was like, I think probably and ahhing as to whether I should actually do it, but yeah. We'll see how decently shit it is daytime. Yeah, I must have started it late, but yeah, we'll finish it off tomorrow. I mean, we've got plenty of time. It's not like, you know, it goes until something like the 2nd of February, is it? Something like that? I think it's 2nd of February. I mean, if you are going to start it, you could probably, yeah, you'd fit it in if you were going to start now. As long, and this is it, as long as you have access to all of the skirmishes. Yeah. So if you don't, you probably won't fit it in, because obviously if you can only do 2 out of 4, then you know you're not going to fit it in. If you've got 3 out of 4, you need what? You need to do, yeah. You'd miss a day, wouldn't you? So you may sneak it in 11 days, yeah. Come on. I left the instance. Come on, give us another instance. Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What always annoys me is when you do these instances and that you lose your soldier, and then you got to bring your soldier back again, and then you got, obviously for me, you got to put a motivating speech back on there. The amount of times I've forgotten. Like, why is he getting his ass kicked? Ow. Taking quite a while to people out of here. Rude. I'll use rude. In fact, I think this might be the only character, maybe Spam, I'm not entirely sure, who actually has access to all of the skirmishes. This one, I believe, there we go. I actually went and did Dolguldur just to get it out of the way. Right, instance finder then. So for the Brunnen, we'll do Icy Crevasse. Icy normally can be done fairly quickly before the end of the final battle, because the Harbinger usually turns up there. But yeah, attack, is it attack at dawn? Oh no, sorry, the Barrow Downs. God, that was awful. It's the one where you're at the spire in the middle of the northern Barrow Downs, and then waves after wave of enemies start coming and attacking you. I was getting my ass kicked. I died just as the Harbinger spawned. I'm like, this is only 142. Who are you? Thank you. Wow, laggy. I've noticed it is quite laggy at the moment when you're loading these instances. And now, boink, boink. There we go. Wow. Come on, warrior, what are you playing at, man? There we go. First canyon. Right, so I hope you're all tickety-boo. Hope you're all enjoying your weekend if you've just started it. Some of you may be already nearly into Sunday. Now, we did say to the south, didn't it? But I don't actually know if that's back where we were. Yeah, it's up there. It's the big polar bear. Matty. I know I killed all of the Harbingers because that came up the other day as being a thing, but I'm not too sure about these encounters, so I always try and kill them off if I can. Do-do-do-boo. There we go. Right, claim that one. Push on through, because we'll just take on the counter attacks. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Right. Ooh, hell, oh, fucking daywalkers. God. Always daywalkers. Bloody hate them. Because they always get their buff. There. So you can't do shit about it. And then he stomps on your head. So I'm just going to fight the other things around here. Wait until his shield drops and... There we go. Okie dokie. Right. So, normally after claiming this, the Harbinger will appear. There we go. So let's dive in. Ethos the Sodden. Oh, see, I have no idea what the fuck he's hitting with. I have no idea, but Jesus, he hit hard. There's Deadeye. I'm quite impressed actually how hard he actually hits because he can just pull aggro. Absolutely a massive amount of aggro. He must be critting very, very well. Right, you can go. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay, rotten corpse flowing through the canyon. Oh, is that the carcass? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just going to do this one since it is a carcass. Come on then. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to say, where's the Drake? How the hell did he get into there? A great big hole. There we go. Okay. Right, so I'm not going to do any more because we've done that. Let's just leave the instance. Done the encounter as well. So cool. Marvelous. So yeah, once we've done the hey Ben, you need to make use of these weekend shit that you've got now, you know. I know you're a man of luxury and time off at the moment, but you know, soon your life is going to change for the worse. How you doing, Ben? Good afternoon to you, sir. But yeah, we're going to try and squeeze in at least 2 good streams today. Obviously, this afternoon we're going to do LOTRO as we're doing now. Just having breakfast, yeah. Actually, yeah, we had a little decent lie-in, I think, to about 10 o'clock. You know, but it was a late, long day yesterday or Friday. But yeah, we're going to do LOTRO this afternoon, then we'll probably do Alan Wake tonight. Instance finder, right? So I see my ass. Let's do attack at dawn. That spell. But I tell you one that I thought seemed to take longer than I remembered was the Gondamon, Defense of Gondamon. Fuck, you got to do a bit of running around there, aren't you? Right, running around. They're attacking the north, they're attacking the south, attacking the east, attacking the west. It's like, what? Can you just all stand still? Right, come on. Come on. Here we go. Boink, boink, boink. Nice. Love it. Go to the gates. Okay, we'll go left. We'll go left this time. Bit of lag at the moment. Ooh, hello. Wow. Always when you start to load into these instances. Look, I've got to defeat trolls in the Dolden End. Obviously never been here on this character. Glad your water bin, I don't think. Okay. Boink. Oh. I just love how he didn't give a shit about warrior. He was like, no, fuck it, I'm just going to stand here. I'm going to take it. Sticky shit. Got covered in goop. Anything else? Goop as well, you can't get rid of. Very annoying. You won't. Oop. Wow. Some serious amount of goo there, isn't there? Oop. Boink, boink, boink. So he's trying to retake the western gate. Okay. I think so, but okay. Woof woof's coming here, isn't he? Woof woof here, woof woof there. There we are. That was Imar up there. Yeah. Anyway, the best. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you. I'm not going to do Zymap. I'm sure I've done it before, so let's just carry on. The best. You probably find that a lot of people here are quite biased about this, and they would definitely say yes. It's a free-to-play game, so you don't need to buy it. There are certain certain easies of playing should you be a subscriber to the game, but certainly for trying it, then definitely I definitely suggest LOTRO.com and download the game from there. Get it installed, give it a whirl. You've got nothing to lose, to be fair, nothing to lose. If you like Tolkien, if you like Lord of the Rings, it's probably one of the best interpretations of his work. It's certainly one of the only ones in a MMO format anyway. Yeah, it's been around for a long time, and it's still going to be around for quite a bit longer as well. But yeah, it's based on the books, not on the films, so it does follow that. But yeah, heartily recommend if you are interested in Tolkien or LOTRO or Lord of the Rings rather, in any way, shape or form, then dive in. Oops, hello. If you do have any questions as well, if you you want to know a little bit more, then please do ask. There's some very experienced players here. Right, I'm just going to take on this Harbinger here because I can use... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to be feared straight away. Nope, 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 nope. Turn around. Right, okay, this is quite handy. If you tuck yourself into this corner, these that come and counter-attack don't get to you. Because all I need to do is kill this Harbinger of Doom. I don't need to worry about them, so I can literally now just lead the instance because I've killed the Harbinger. It's true. I loved them back in the day. I was playing Aeon. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, now in the mid-20s. Oh, dear. I love your comment there, Debes. You loved Aeon. Yeah, I remember Aeon. I never really played it much. And now I'm in my mid-20s. Oh, dear. Dear. I love that. I love that. I see a little shit over there. A certain integrity. How you doing? So you're mid-20s, so I'm... Yeah, probably nearly twice your age now. We're gonna fucking... I hate saying that. I'm like twice your age. Jesus. 25, yeah. 25, yeah. Yeah, I'm nearly twice your age. Oh, dear. That's scary. But yeah, the best... don't subscribe straight away. Download the game. Look at it. Get into it. If you do find that some of the restrictions are a little bit problematic, then after you've enjoyed playing it, try the different classes, then, absolutely grab a subscription. But definitely try it first. It's not for everyone. I think if anybody says, oh, yeah, it's the best game ever, you'll love it. Some people don't get on with it. So yeah, definitely give it a try. Right, Storm and Methadras. This actually bugged out on me last time. Look, I can see him. He's fucking hiding. There he is, little shit. Look. There he is. He can't hide. The best, thank you very much. In fact, you can... Well done for that comment. Geek looks like he's 68. I do in the morning. I feel like I'm 68 in the morning. Not only look like it, I feel like it. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. I'm 49 now, unfortunately. Now, how did Milithair appear? It's almost like he's on follow. How does that happen, Minibane? How did that happen? Dear. Right, so last one we're going to do then is the storm on Methadras. Cool. Right, storm on Methadras, a 142. How you doing, John? Anyway, how you well, my friend? How was the weekend? How was the family?
While the Grey Company journeyed south to the aid of Aragorn, we came upon a Dunlanding hag named Gwillian, called the Old Woman of the Mountain. She sought to raise an army of ancient evil to aid the White Hand against Rohan. It was our duty, Amlon's and mine, to keep her at bay. Right, let's go kill shit. Excellent. Why do I think you'd win there, Bane, to be fair? with a little minstrel and their tactical damage and a hunter. I'm not too sure that's a kind of fair race, to be fair. I think it might be slightly lopsided in not only ability but also potency. Yeah, it was actually here that it bugged on me the last time. I had to reset it because the gate opened, but nothing else happened. There we go. But if we're lucky, we might get the Harbinger quite early on. This warrior just... He wants to fucking fight anything and everybody, doesn't he? He's just like, no. Oh, there we go. We've got two thralls coming in as well. He's just like, nah, I'm going to take them on. And you. Weak Drugavar. Oh, hello. Big tree. We have what are called kinships, which are equivalent of clans, guilds, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, they're kinships. So it's very LOTRO, sorry, Lord of the Rings term. But yeah, it's a kinship that you'll be looking to join. Now, depending upon where you are in the world, you might need to look at what server to play on. They... get rid of that. They're all based in the same place, so they're all based in around the Boston area of the United States. But there's various time zones of the player base. So I play on Evernight because I'm based in Europe. It's predominantly European time-based players. So during, obviously, our normal game time, then that's when it's... the busiest, but you can play on American server if it suits your time, so that's a lot better for you. But yeah, don't worry about that too much. If you're from Greece, to be honest with you, you're probably I've just done the encounter. It was one of the trees, I think, keeps. You could probably play on Evernight because that's European based. So I think in Greece you're probably 2 hours ahead, I think, than the UK. I'm not entirely sure. So it may be 2:30 in the afternoon. Just hoping. Harbinger's appeared now. The Harbinger. This is handy because the Harbinger's back down here, so I don't have to complete it. There we go. He's good. Dump that there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look, he's pulled aggro again. He's amazing. He's Deadeye. I don't know what he's critting with, but that is ridiculous. There we go. So that's completed that one. He done. See? He mini bin. He done.
Jesus. Anyway, I'm going to leave now because I don't need to do the counter-attack. Screw it. They can do the counter-attack. For this instance, I'm just literally diving in, doing the Harbinger, and then getting out. But yeah, the best. Dive into game. If I'm ever streaming and you've got questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If I can't answer it, we've got players like Samini Bain, we've got Daddy John, Lou, Kerr, and Keepy. They're all very, very high-level players who, the game inside and out, and they can answer questions about all the different classes. I can tell you some things, but not everything, even though I've been playing for nearly 17 years now. But yeah, do check it out, and I hope you enjoy the game. There we go. So that's number 9. I did not start on the first day, so I've got one more day to complete to get the cloak. And we shall see. Yeah, I think I need to, Lou. I don't know what the hell he was doing there, but he's well critting. I think I'm going to keep him out. I don't know what the hell he was pulling aggro with. It was me whacking him with a sword and then him going... Pchoing! Like, Jesus. Interesting. Right. Just so that I don't get too much lag. Let's just have a look. Shop. Need it? Nope, we don't need that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at... I'm just going to log out of the character just to make it a little bit easier. We're going to have a look because we haven't yet at the player letter that was sent out a few days back from Orion. We did speculate as to who would be sending this out this year, but it certainly seems to be Orion. So we now know. And let me just find the page. Boop. There we go. So obviously a lot of people here will know that these always get sent out. They did it with Dungeons and Dragons online as well. And basically it's their plan for the year. And what they intend to try and achieve. Now, we know they don't always do it, and I think their own admission is that they haven't always necessarily achieved what they'd set out to do. It is the way of game development. I think it's a case of, yeah, we want to do this, but there's always the caveat that things can get in the way, things can go wrong. Time, money... resources always play a massive part in that. But anyway, we'll just go through the letter from Orion. We'll look at the actual things that they're planning. I've also got some comments from the forums, which we'll look at as well because he did answer some more questions in there. So the calendar the calendar turns and 2023 moves behind us. We welcome the new year with grace and humility. We're about to celebrate LOTRO's 17th year with no sign of slowing down on the horizon. At the outset of 2023, we provided our first roadmap for the game and the lofty goals we dreamed of achieving. It was an aggressive set of objectives preparing the game for a long and fruitful future. We did well getting to the core elements of the roadmap. In some areas, our ambitions overreached our ability. In other areas, we surpassed our expectations. It was also a successful year as we sang shanties aboard our ships as we sailed to Umbar. For 2024, our approach is providing more content and an additional hobby to continue your exploration and enjoyment of Middle-earth. We want to ensure that our communication is clear and open as it can be. In the image below, you will see our quarterly roadmap with clever and tantalizing verbiage to whet your appetite for the coming year. Now, I think this, and I'm just going to pick up on it, is a very, I won't say generic, but it's what a lot of game companies and companies in general will use, is that they want to be as clear as and open as they can be. Now, they might say, well, why don't you tell us everything? Well, if a game company told you everything, you'd probably be even more disappointed because a lot of things don't happen. So whilst they can say, look, these are our plans, again, don't read it as gospel that this would definitely happen. And I think it's something that they've been very open about, is say, yeah, we know that there's been issues in the past. Game development is difficult. Let's aim and have an aim for the year, wherever it is in the year, whichever quarter it is, let's see if we can achieve it. It's good to have an aim, but then you don't want to have over optimistic aims, and I think sometimes that's maybe what's happened. Certainly something that they have touched on in the past, and I know Orion did last night in the Lord of the Rings weekly dev thing, is that they've had issues, and they specifically looked at the crafting. Obviously, their intention was to separate crafting off, but it didn't happen because of the absolute spaghetti code that they were dealing with. And these things happen, unfortunately. These things happen. But anyway, quarter one, which is kind of what we're into now of 2024. The 2 3-player instances they're looking to launch, the 6-player instance, and then the 12-player raid. They did say that they were going to probably have the 2 3-players first, then the 6-player, and then the raid. It was going to be kind of sequential. They aren't going to all come out at once, so I think we're going to see, hopefully in the next few weeks, the 3-player instances, then maybe a couple of weeks after that, the 6-player, and then either quarter one is up until basically March. You know, it's every 3 months, so you know you've got until the end of March essentially. So that's what could the period of time what could happen. The epic continues as well. Chapter 8, obviously going down into Umbar and everything. In terms of delvings, they're looking at the Elder Slade missions in there, and the epic malices was something that I didn't know what they were going to do with. However, it is going to be for the delvings, and specifically certain things which are going to be not your normal malices would happen. I think they kind of gave an example of, you know, the ground could open up and try and swallow you and you'd have to deal with it kind of thing. Or, you know, they didn't say that was what was going to happen, but it's certainly something that I think is on an epic proportion. They seem to like it, and it was certainly from Orion's enthusiastic deliverance of this, that it was something that they're looking forward to and mixing things up. Like I said, there was plenty of other things within his video last night, his stream, which he touched on in various questions and answers that he provided. Then they're going to move into spring quarter 2. So the spring festival, if you enjoy the festivals, then obviously it's kind of a yearly thing. They did say there was going to be new rewards. I know a lot of people do say, oh, they just regurgitate content from previous years and stuff like that, but they did say that there was going to be something, some new rewards coming. Then obviously the 17th anniversary of the game. Is that around? I can't remember if is that May, April, May? I can't remember. One of them. And then they're going to continue the epic again, April. Then they're going to be continuing the epic even further. And then they're actually going to be bringing out a content pack, which I believe is going to be probably free. I don't remember mentioning anything regarding the actual cost of this, so I presume it's going to be in and around Umbar itself. And I think last night, if I'm remembering correctly, Orion said that they're going to be doing it as a potential storyline that opens up sequentially over several weeks. It's not going to all happen at once. It's going to be over several weeks. So as you do the storyline within the catacombs, you would get a specific story of one of the kindred of the coin. Then once you've done that section, it would then unlock the next person, the next protagonist within the kindred of the coin, and how they have to deal with various things. So I do implore you to actually watch the interview with Orion. He was very more insightful, and I think it's because he probably sees a lot more detail that happens and is part of the discussions around the game. So we can always give more detail. And I think, to be honest with you, Ben, I think that's just endemic of Cord being a community manager and having to manage 2 games. He won't always have the inside knowledge. Certainly in my position, I'm in the same boat. We get updates about what the plan is, but we're not there for the meetings about definitely what's coming. We're not always involved in what the current plans are, and then we have to get updated. So I think that's why having Orion there who's much more involved is certainly a lot better for information. That's not to say Cole does a bad job. I know people diss on him, and that's a personal opinion, but it's a tough job to deal with, because you find a lot of people who have worked in community, whether they've been community managers, whether they've been just doing Q&A or helping on the community side. Once they leave that, they will never want to go back. And you got to ask yourself why. And that's, I think people can all work that one out, to be fair. So summer quarter 3, which obviously can be anything from July, August, September time. Midsummer Festival, additional hobby. Now, they didn't say what this was going to be, but last night he did say that there's 2 hobbies that they're looking at, but they're only going to choose one, but there's 2 hobbies that they're looking into. But he didn't say specifically anything about which it was going to be. He just said that it'd be nice for you to be traveling around the world. One of them was collecting things as you travel around the world. And I can't remember what the other one was. I mean, there was a lot of speculation in the chat about, it's going to be painting. It's going to be this. Or, there was all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's an additional hobby. The 4th profession, we know that is obviously going to be a nice addition. But when that comes in the whole timeline, we're not entirely sure. Further adventures. Obviously, we've had the Further Adventures of Bilbo Baggins. That's a very good geoguessing or item hiding. Yeah, possibly, Ben. Possibly. The Further Adventures. So we've had Bilbo Baggins, obviously, which is the one that you open up at Rivendell. Very good for leveling that, to be fair. If you put an accelerator on and you've got VIP XP already saved, you can get through a level by just doing the quests. I think is it? I want to say 8 and 9 quests of the Bilbo. You can do a full level, so that's very quick, within about half an hour. Also, Eladan and Elra, they're the other ones. They're a little bit slower. But they have said that this one is going to be a very prominent male character from the books. Now, I think my speculation is, from what he was saying, it's going to be Adventures of Aragorn. It's either going to be Aragorn or... I mean, you could say Gandalf as well, but I'm not entirely sure. But I think it's going to be Aragorn, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's going to be a Further Adventure, which again will be another... I think the Further Adventures, they have to be purchased, if I remember correctly, from previous ones. Obviously, if you're a VIP, if you're a subscriber, you get given them free. Tom, I think somebody actually mentioned Tom Bombadil in the chat, if I remember correctly. And I think he kind of dismissed that and he poo-pooed it. So I don't think it's going to be... I don't think it's going to be Tom Bombadil. But I think it's going to be... Aragorn, or because I think he said man. I don't think it's going to be the reason I think it's Aragorn rather than Sean Bean. I honestly think because he was more involved in Before the Shadow. So that's why I think we're going to have Aragorn, because everybody else in the Fellowship is it's going to be Gandalf, because he's a man, but not entirely sure. Unless they do any of the travels of Gandalf before. But I think because they might start at Rivendell, like the others, I think it's going to be Aragorn. So anyway, that's my speculation on that one. One thing that got Orion very excited was the Monster Play update. It's something that I think is very, very close to his heart. Because he said it was a kind of a blessing and a curse because he was involved in the original Player versus Monster Player. He said that it went well, and he's glad how much it was enjoyed, but also they didn't realize how popular it was going to be, and it's been behind everything else. And I think with the update, they're really looking forward to the changes that they're going to bring. He even said that they'd actually released an instant, or not released, they created, but it's probably never going to see the light of day, a prototype for instanced PvP. But it's something that has not gone anywhere or anything like that. So like instanced PvP would be quite interesting how you could do that. So whether you could select it like a skirmish. Again, it's not something that's going to be released. They never gave that inclination. So this is just my speculation on and reading into what he actually said. Is that it, you know, you could create it like a skirmish and then you could have it as a fellowship, but you'd have like maybe 6v6 in some kind of mini battle or something like that. So anyway, it was a prototype that they'd built out, but it's never gone anywhere. The elf avatar refresh, that is going to be for all elves. So your high elves and your normal elves. So that's going to be interesting. Again, things like this you might look at and go, oh, really? They do need to be done over time. And something that they tied in with that was a question that came up regarding other textures. You know, is there going to be a texture improvement? And they said that time allowing and, you know, resources allows them to do these things. You've got to remember that somebody who's doing the avatar refresh and changing the textures and stuff like that isn't the same as somebody who does like the system or the technical side of it with creating pathways and fights and stuff like that. So yeah, it's something that people see a company as a collective and say, oh, you've got 30 people that can work on the game, yet half of them don't maybe work on that part of the game, and then other people are tasked with something like that. I mean, it's like an elf avatar refresh. Orion isn't anything to do with that. He doesn't do the textures. He's kind of a designer. He doesn't do texturization, so that can be done by somebody who has the time. So there's certainly, I just the reason about that, Lou, that I don't think it's that early on is that everything else has been in and around Rivendell, and we've had the storyline from Before the Shadow where Boromir was trying to get to Rivendell, and eventually he did get there. You've had Elladan and Elrahir, who obviously are at Rivendell, and then Bilbo, who's there anyway. So that's why I think it's probably going to be Aragorn, just because he's there. And I think having all of the further adventures at Rivendell would probably make more sense. It might be easier. Class updates, they mentioned people were like, oh, is every class getting an update? If I remember correctly, he did say that every class will get worked on as... panicking about his wedding night. Funnily enough, no. They said that pretty much every class will get tweaks and changes and stuff like that. But it will be specific classes that will get more work. See you later, Lou. See you soon, my dear. And but things are going to get tweaked. So obviously, like last year, there was was it the Warden, the Guardian, was it the Beorning that got the rework? I can't remember. They're going to look at other classes later this year. Some are going to get more major work. Others are going to get a little bit of tweakage and working as is. Now, hello, my screen just decided to flick off. Come back. Thank you. There we go. We're back. Wow. I think my graphics driver just reset there. That was a bit weird. Yeah, the VIP update, I think, from what they were said, it's nothing's going to get taken away. And this was specifically that they said, or Orion said anyway, is that nothing is going to be taken away. There's going to be additions and making it more valuable. Now, I think I'd mentioned it a couple of streams ago where it wouldn't make sense to take things out. If you took things out of the package of being a subscriber, people are going to think, well, it's not worth the value, so you're going to... It's not like, I don't know, buying a bag of crisps and they're like, oh, it's healthier because there's less fat. But yeah, we've taken 5 grams out of the bag of crisps. That doesn't work in this instance. You have to put either more in or reduce the price for the same content. So they have said that they're going to look at additions to this. But what I think everybody needs to keep an eye on is the Dungeons and Dragons Online, because I believe that's going to get affected first. They're going to be bringing their VIP updates in. So it'll be interesting to see what they already get on their packages and what then they get additional, because that will give us a very good idea of possibly what we would get. So yeah, interesting. Moving into quarter 4 now. This is very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, this isn't going to happen. A new expansion. They're already planning. But people have said, you know, that's a bit early, that's a bit quick, you know, what you're doing and everything else. It actually is something that they've been doing very, very regular for the last few years, probably about at least last 5 years, I think. What they've normally called it is they've called it like a full expansion and then a mini expansion. But what they did say, Orion said, is that they don't want to call it that now. It's just an expansion. They're going to be 4 new regions. I think they said that there's 3 currently in place and they want to do another one, hence why it's 4. A new instance cluster similar to what we're still waiting for from Umbar. And this is something that they did say, is that they're not happy that the time it's taking. They want to get back to the new cadence. They want to get back to, hey, at the start of winter, quarter 1, you'd get the, you know, the stuff that you're supposed to get. The next bit of quarter 2, you get the stuff that you're supposed to get, and have four major updates per year. So, and yeah, it'd be nice to do that. Now, there was a question relating to this and how it's been a problem for them in the past. And it seems like I didn't follow it at the time, but obviously they did lose developers. They did lose devs, and they specifically got hit quite hard. So I think that seriously pushed things back. So I'm just going to move my character around because he was just getting a little bit... I thought he was going to get logged out. So there's some serious downtime and trying to get devs back up to speed. But they said they think they're in a good place now. So fingers crossed it does mean. With every industry, with every company, wherever anybody's worked, you know that you have people leave. You know, you have somebody that's got to come in. I'll use my example. I left, you know, the Royal Mail in June. They've had to recruit new staff to take my place. Now, I was an experienced member of staff. I'd been there for 13 years. You get somebody that's come in that doesn't know the job, you're never going to be as quick. You're never going to be up to speed. You know, it always takes that time and experience, and then, you know, eventually you get to a similar standard. This is going to be exactly the same with a dev that drops in and then is looking at probably the LOTRO code and having worked on a previous engine, they'll be like, what the fuck? You know, they're maybe a systems engineer, or maybe they're a technical kind of dev, and they'll be like, oh, okay, you know, let me try and get grasp around this. Same with me moving to work for Rockfish. You know, there's new processes, new software, and all that kind of thing, and I was like, you know, there's a shit ton of work that you kind of got your head around. Yeah, so there's plenty of things. Was Made of Lions, wasn't he one of the original devs as well? I can't remember where he fitted in, but yeah, Ryan, I mean, he's been around for a long time, you know, and then going off and coming back, and he's got the passion for the game as well. Obviously, you can tell it is a passion for him. Remember, the devs probably want to do many things, but they don't always have the time, the ability, or given the go-ahead to do these things. So, yeah. Take it with a pinch of salt when, you know, if anybody says, they never do this and never do that, they probably want to, but you're never, not necessarily able to. You can't. There's a lot of balancing going on in the background, which people are just, you're never privy to. You're never going to be aware of. So anyway. Quarter 4, the new expansion, new regions, instance cluster, and new raid. They want to release that all together. and if they can do this, if it's a big word, is if we know this. If they can get back to this cadence of 4 updates a year on time, that'll be great. But again, the caveat is sometimes the whole world can be against you. The plan for the crafting went out the window because of, trying to unravel that spaghetti code. And he was quite honest, Ryan, last night, and he said, we wanted to do it, and it sounds easy, but as soon as we went in there and were trying to literally pick apart what we needed to, it was just unbelievable. I mean, eventually they could have done it, but the cost in terms of development time and dev cost, not only for the time it takes, but the actual money it would cost to pay for devs to unravel that code, it just wouldn't be worth it. It really wouldn't be worth it. So, hence why that kind of got canned. And you can see there was a disappointment in that because he wanted that so much to happen. So the epic continues. One thing that he was very excited about was the kinship refresh. It's something that a lot of people are very intrigued about, is what that's going to actually seem like. He didn't really elaborate too much, but they've got quite a few ideas along there, and they said that they noticed the change. They've got the data. People have the data from any game. They know the data, and you did say, years ago when people first started, they were very much playing together, very much in kinships, very much. Whereas the demographic has now changed, whereas people are soloing a lot more. And I think it's also the demographic of the players. When you started playing when you were younger, fucking you lot, half of you are half my age, wankers. You had a lot more time, and you were able to play with your friends and this and that. Then obviously you start getting girlfriends, husbands, wives, boyfriends, whatever, this kind of thing, children, and then your time goes out the window. And then you don't necessarily have the same time. You got more interest. Your life changes. And then you think, oh, I still like the game, but I'm going to jump on and do a lot of solo. I do a lot of solo stuff. You see that, a lot of, probably 99% of my streams are solo, apart from a lot of the time. The only time I do any kind of instant stuff is when I'm getting dragged around various raids by the rest of the Bulldogs. Which I do like, but it's not my thing. I don't mind doing stuff. Sometimes me and Magic will do a pair of sessions together where we're, playing as Bjornings. We haven't done that in quite a while, but, there's times that you can do it. But their demographic has obviously changed. But it did seem like this kinship refresh would, and I read into this that it would be some form of enticement to be in a kinship. Maybe it would be an XP buff. Maybe it would give you a buff to crafting. Maybe it would be a buff to, I don't know, your HP pool, or anything like that. So if you're in a kinship and you're in a raid with a kinship in a 3-man or something like that, then and you've got the more of your members of your kinship that are doing it, then you might get an extra buff of an extra, I don't know, 2% of morale, that kind of shit. I'm speculating, something like that. But it seemed to be that there was some hint towards being a real benefit, not only from a social aspect, but maybe from the gaming aspect. How they're going to do that, I don't know, but that's a long time away. But again, speculation on my part. That isn't what is definitely going to be coming out. Then there's going to be the Harvest Mass Festival and then the Yule Festival, and then obviously at that time, then obviously people are going to be playing the new expansion and everything else. The one thing about the expansion is they have said they are not intending to raise the level cap. So this year we're not going to see it. We're going to get a new expansion. So it's going to be kind of a lateral movement in terms of expansion. So don't expect to have a, you know, even a 155. But the aim is, yeah, you're going to be staying the same. People will be like, oh, well, what's the point? It's just content. It is content. And it'll give you a new pathway. And it's something I personally am very much in favor of, is that they allow you to go different pathways to get to level cap. If you want to follow a specific storyline, I know a lot of people are saying you've always got to go through Moria. Yeah, they do, and it's something that they've mentioned before, is that, yeah, you go off and bypass Moria now. Maybe you'll be able to go down the western coast of Edoras, etc. You know, all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll be quite an intriguing pathway if they can introduce it. But we'll have to wait and see. But I honestly think having a nice range of options, always options are good. Options are always good. So anyway, let's just sneak on a little bit. Exactly, and that was something actually, Lou, very good point. Orion did say is that obviously as you keep raising the level cap, you need to bring new things into the game, and then need balancing. You know, everything then needs rebalancing, because if your weapons are getting stronger, your armor gets stronger, everything else that you have to, you know, bring in needs to be made stronger, or having a rebalance in an instance for something like that. I mean, we've all had it, haven't we? I'm sure you guys that do a lot more of the instances where you farm the bejesus out of instances before they've actually raised a level cap. Or sorry, raise the difficulty of that instance. You know, you'll go in as a 150. Wasn't it? What was the one at the gates of Gundabad, where you could go in as a 150 and kick the shit out of everything because it was a max 140, and then only then they went, oh, hang on, we need to bring that up, because it takes time to balance and improve. So that is a constant thing that you need to keep in mind, is that just because you go, oh, hang on, we've gone up 5%, you know, whatever it is, 2.5% in levels, everything else needs to go up 2.5%. It's not that easy, and unless something is very linear like that, the problem with a linear system is that obviously it'll come up as a diagonal, you know, a linear leveling system. Then nobody ever feels challenged by that. And a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, that's not very hard, is it? You know, it's just the same as when I was a level 5 as I was a level 50, because it's so linear. The numbers just stay the same. So sometimes you need to have this balance where something's a little bit tougher than it is. And I think this is where the instances come in, which is very, very nice and handy with the different tiers. So tier 1 is very linear to the rest of it. And then all of a sudden you get this spike in difficulty that takes you up to a tier 2. Then another spike in difficulty to a tier 3. And that, again, just takes time to balance and get right. Because all of a sudden, if people, and you guys that do all the instances, you will work out, oh, we can just get around it by doing this, you know, or if you farm the shit out of this up to this point, don't go any further, boom, there you go, skip the rest. I mean, I'm sure even with these ill omen skirmishes that I've been doing, I'm sure their intention was that you carry on and finish the skirmish, where I don't. I literally get to the point of killing the Harbinger and then, boop, I'm out. That's all I want to do. But I'm sure the intention was that you do a full skirmish, you know. So the path of least resistance is what every player will generally find, unless you're a glutton for punishment. So there's yeah, even if it's literally one boss away, yeah. Exactly. And I think that, you know, that's what people want to do, speed. And then that is why when they look at the demographic in terms of gameplay style, is that they will see that people are doing that. They'll just go, I'm gone, you know, and it's like, okay, you haven't got the time. So games are evolving over time. We know that, you know, a lot of people like to pick up a game, put it down, pick up a game, put it down. The problem with MMOs is they're always a little bit grindy, especially the older style like LOTRO and WoW and stuff like that. The new, more modern ones, maybe not, but then there's a lot more monetization that comes into those things. But you know, it is what it is. You know, we live in that world now. Lou said, even with Rem, we did a Rem tier 5 at 140 DPS so high. Sheila was at less than 50 morale before removing all the corruption. That wasn't even an optimized group. Yeah. And that's it, you know. They said about a lot of the old content, and it was something that I think they would love to do because they want to make some of the old content relevant again and allow people to play that old content because it's there. But again, it comes down to a lot of the resources that somebody has to go back in and work on it, and it takes time. And then I'm sure even if they did that and said, right, there you go, all our different, you know, all these different instances now are featured instances, you can play it, blah, blah, blah. There'll be somebody saying, oh, that's old stuff, we want new stuff. And, you know, because we're like in the situation where, oh, we want new stuff, but why can't we play the old stuff? And then you give them the old stuff and they're like, oh, that's old stuff. We've played that before. We want new stuff. Give us new stuff. See that rock and see that wall? You're stuck between it. And you can't please everybody. And, you know, I think they're very aware of that. So just carrying on and we'll crack on through here. How you doing, Jim? Hey, Jim.
Oh, viewers of plenty. Oh, viewers of plenty. Whoa.
There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We've had, what, 3 today? 3 Lou. Oh, no, actually, 4. Is that, hang on. Let me go. Oh, no, we had Kerr. We had Kerr. We had Keepy. We had Lou. And now we've got Jim the Man. That's 4 today. 4 today. Thank you very much, you absolute legends. So, yeah. Just carrying on, winter of 2024 sees the conclusion and the release of all content related to the Corsairs of Umbar, the addition of delvings to the Elder Slayer missions, and an enhancement to the delving system we are calling Epic Malices. Gives you the chills just reading it, right? Like I say, I did touch on this a little bit last night, saying literally it would be quite an epic malice that you'd have to deal with. As we move into the revelry of spring and the celebration of 17 years of LOTRO, we return with a content pack featuring a time-release quest as you become further embroiled with the Kindred of the Coin and their plans. We'll also make some of the landscape creatures a little more compelling to encounter and fight. So yeah, this content pack, which is the Catacombs of Umbar, as I said, they're going to release that periodically. So it's going to be a case... I'm just moving my character again. It's going to be a case of 1 week... or every 2 weeks you might get an update to the content. As spring turns into summer, we introduce a new hobby and provide updates to classes, monster play, and introduce the 4th profession. We're also planning an update to elf avatars and refresh of our VIP systems. In the autumn, we'll release a new expansion pack that takes us east of Umbar, Bar Harbel, visiting 4 new zones, encountering a new culture, exploring the waste and a vast complex that serves as a staging ground for the instances and raid included with the expansion pack. Outside of the expansion, we intend to make some crucial changes to the kinship system, expanding the role, importance, and value of kinships. It is a new year. We're all very excited about the future, what lies ahead, and how we carry this cadence of releases into the future. As always, I remain Orion. So, they've got some lofty plans. That's even through their own ambition. But like I've said to you, having those aims is not a bad thing. I don't honestly think aiming realistically high is a bad thing. Will all these things come to pass? Will they all happen? Fuck no. No. I think there'll be something out of this that either is delayed or, you know, might drop. Like, so, the content pack, the Catacombs of Umbar, it may slip into the summer, for example. You know, I'm just going to use that as an example. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'll just use that as an example. So, yeah, there's potential for things to slip, but also there's a good chance that it will pull off. And it's something that I think they've got to be commended for in regards having that aim. If they didn't, and people would be like, oh, they never tell us anything, you know, what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. You know, they can't win no matter what. And I think people just need to stick a brush up their ass, you know, and realize that they're actually talking a load of shit a lot of the time. And that's, to be honest with you, that's why I don't go onto the forums very often. I find it such an odd place to go. But I did go, funnily enough, just to see what the responses were to some of the questions from obviously the release of this player letter that we had. Now, one of the things that was asked, I'm just going to go through them as I copied and pasted them. So Elder Missions getting the delving option, and this was a answer from Orion. Says we aim to continue working back through missions to add delvings as the time allows. So if they're able to, obviously like Gundabad, going back and back and back to wherever they can, they would like to add more in the delving system. So something to do that. Somebody asked about the Catacombs of Umbar, and they said that it's potentially a placeholder name, but it could be subject to change. The VAP updates and the kinship, and it's a kinship refresh. As we get closer to release, we'll share more information. This is a primer for the coming year. Lewis, it's popular to moan, to be honest. It's also the same people never go out of their way to be positive. Will always go out of their way to shit on something. Shitting on something is easier. Because if you are positive about something, you have to give potentially options. I think if you're going to be negative about something, you have to give good feedback on it. If you don't, the interaction will stop. Because if you just say, I want this to happen, but don't say how you'd want it to happen, that's not feedback. That's just an opinion. And that isn't always the best way to put your point across. So, yeah, give feedback. Some people, and I've read it on the forums, it'll be like, the devs get paid to do this. They should do it. And that just then screams of entitlement. I pay you, you do what I want. Yeah. Anyway, VIP updates, kinship refresh. As I said, it's just going to be a primer for the coming year. Once they get nearer to those release dates, which is going to be Q3 and Q4, so you're going to be looking probably autumn time onwards before we see any information about that. Will the new expansion have a new level cap? At this time, we're not planning to raise the level cap with the expansion. Are other crafting events part of this year's roadmap? No, for now. This is the current outline. Now, what they've said is that the plan with the crafting events is that they will rotate. There will always be a crafting event going on. So, obviously, at the moment, they've been doing the one in Coombe, the woodworker one, and then that goes and comes back again. But what they'll do is when that one disappears, they might bring in a prospecting one, and they'll do that one. And then they might have a scholar one, you know, this kind of thing. And there's always going to be one on the go. So it's going to be on a rotational basis. It's something that they want to work on, but they've realized with the Forester event that people found out ways to exploit it. And they've said the reason that these exploits have come about is because they haven't done them as instances. If they'd have done them as instances, they wouldn't have had these problems because they could have locked it down. But because it is a world event as such, it's been more problematic to, or it's been easier for people to bypass restrictions. You see every time that there's a patch that there's always a little bit like, I think the last one was using something like hide in plain sight for a burglar or something like that. So you could just hide on your little travels and stuff like that, all those kind of things. And again, it's the path of least resistance for players, and you're battling this, so if anybody can get an advantage, they will do so. Any hints about the new hobby? No, not yet, but we did mention earlier that they said that there's two that is possibly on the table for consideration, traveling around Middle Earth and stuff like that. Any chance we get some of the new premium neighborhood features trickling down to the pre-existing neighborhoods, lights and fences? This was, I think, answered from Scenario, if I remember correctly. He said we can add them to the list of things we would like to do, but there's no guarantees that they will get in during this year's efforts. Any news on the 4K UI support? Now, this is something that I'd be quite interested in because I'd love to be able to play the game at 4K. I've got a 4K monitor and I don't play the game at 4K. I actually turn my resolution down to 1440p just because of LOTRO. They said it's notably absent from the roadmap, but are expected updates to tech. These will be discussed as they are ready and or closer. If I remember correctly, yesterday in terms of the new launcher, and I think it was the 4K as well, that Orion alluded to was that they're optimistically close. Oh, no, sorry, it was the 64-bit servers was the other one. So it was the 64-bit servers as well. Not the 4K. It was 64-bit servers and the new launcher. He said it should be optimistically close. But again, he's not privy to that. That's not his department. You'd have to wait and see. But from the discussions that he's been around, there was, the potential for those to come sooner rather than later. Now, I will say, because I know people are ultimately excited with the performance of the game, and yeah, having the lag is a bitch and everything else. I don't think it'll be the silver bullet. I really don't. I don't think it'll be the silver bullet. It will alleviate a lot. However, it won't be the silver bullet. I just think the game engine is very, very old, and a 64-bit server is going to allow you to hit it with a lot more power because of the RAM. Having 64-bit allocation to the memory, I think, will superbly enhance the performance. Whereas, the whole system, I mean, me just opening my bags earlier, how long it took just for that to happen. But will it cure every bit of lag? No, because I think a lot of it's tied to the game engine. Even the modern game engines, absolutely modern game engines, still have latency. They still have lag. Probably the most modern game in terms of an MMO that I've played is New World. And even that had it. Kiwi said it won't be a silver bullet. That's because code is the biggest problem. Yeah, it's a very old engine. as we were talking about the crafting and the problems that they had with that, unraveling all that code, they just couldn't do it. It was just a nightmare. So whilst that's still all spaghettied up and you're trying to, work through the pathways of that, and it's adding latency to everything, and you can't detach it from other parts of the code, that's always going to be a kind of bottleneck, essentially. So, 64-bit will help, but I don't think it'll be the be-all and end-all. And then an EU server, again, that wasn't spoken about yesterday at all. One thing that they did say, speaking of servers, was the legendary server, and I don't believe this is mentioned in what I actually had on these little notes that I compiled. They are looking at another legendary server, but they did say that it was going to be very unique in terms of the requirements. So to be on that server. So again, I'm going out on a limb here. If they did a hardcore server, for example, literally, if you died, for example, and this is speculation again on my part, I have no idea. If they did a hardcore server where as you leveled, once you got to a specific level, you were okay. If you were, say, level 5 3/4, again, I'm speculating here. 5 3/4, and then you died, you would lose all of your progress to level 6 and you went back to the start of level 5. I'm speculating here. But all of a sudden you lost all of that. Can you imagine that? God, you would play it safe, wouldn't you? Well, again, they've said it's going to be very unique. They're looking at it. God knows if that will happen again. Personally, I never see the long-term value in the legendary servers for myself. I know some people do, and it does give you... it would have to be single life. I don't think that they could ever do that, Keeps. The people just wouldn't entertain it, to be fair. Yeah, nice title. God. They could, but I just don't think people would do it. I think there'd be too much rage quit. Yeah, Echo of Angmar, yeah, that's kind of disappeared on itself, hasn't it? Speaking of classic servers, they said there's no plans. So obviously, Echoes of Angmar was, their intent to go back to, I think, was it update 11 or 12? I think was going to be the maximum that they had access to. But LOTRO have said no. There's no plans for them to do a classic server. And again, I think it's just, again, spaghetti code. They've built on top of the engine. That there's a lot of things that people would expect to work now. And we saw that with Echoes of Angmar, that then aren't available, and people would lose that quality of life stuff. So I don't think it was... I think Echo. I mean, I don't even bother with the Echoes of Angmar now. I removed it and everything. I think it was a fanciful idea, because I think if they'd have actually brought it properly to fruition, then Enid Global 7 would have been after them and shutting them down with a cease and desist. I think they were just letting them have their little fun, and they've said, look, we're not happy about it, but just be careful. So no class updates until the raid is old news. Those set bonuses would be amazing if they're going to be carrying on performing classes like that. Again, they said, while we're not listed, we expect once the raid is live that we'll need to make some adjustments to classes. We consider adjustments to classes to be different than updates to classes. So the wording adjustments rather than a full update. Updates are akin to the size and scope of Guardian and beyond in changes from 2023. So they said they think it will be the same thing about the mini expansion with no level cap increase like before the Shadow. That will not have a level increase. It will not be considered a mini expansion. Okay. So any news on the two-factor authentication? They said absent from the roadmap is anything from a technical standpoint. As they draw nearer, we'll discuss them. So pretty much similar to the 64-bit servers and the new launcher. Any news on when Update 39 will be on the Bull Roarer for testing? When we're prepared to move the Update 39 to PCs to Bull Roarer, then we'll let you all know. This one was answered by Scenario, if I remember correctly. No elf premium housing. Somebody still hopes to see it during my lifetime after the 7th Dwarven premium house and maybe one per clan. Elf housing is more than likely to be the next offering and has been talked about internally, but is not on our calendar as yet. Okay, so it's something that they'd look at in the future. One of the main objectives with the 2024 effort and timeline is to get back into a standardized release cadence. So it's a fancy way of saying that we designed to provide 4 complete releases over the year. We know, however, that getting another set of instances and a raid by the end of the year is a tall order. Still, it's our objective to provide the instance cluster with the expansion at the end of the year. Time will tell if we meet that goal. We still think it's a good goal to have. So, as I said earlier, having a good aim is still nice to have. Whether you can attain that aim is different. Fingers crossed they can achieve it, but we've just got to see. Further adventures were mapped last year but never made it, so it looks like there was planning last year. Hope you don't scratch them again. Further adventures last year were replaced with the Tale of the Ship Mariner mission suite instead, so that was something that was different. Again, something regarding the expansion. So somebody asked, I was a little bit confused now. Is this new mini expansion for endgame or mid-low level game? We're not providing specifics for the expansion yet. However, we did specifically state that the location of the zones goes east of Umbar. So, obviously, I think we're going to be looking at Cap, the pushing on. And I think it was something that cropped up in the video last night as well, as people were saying, are we going to be looking at a higher level area rather than what we've been doing with like mid-level areas or lower level areas? And I think, again, the intonation was it's going to be high level. So you're going to be at level cap. You're just going to be progressing the story and more, but it's going to be a different pathway. I think maybe when you come to the Shield Isles and stuff like that, you can maybe bypass and go straight to maybe east of Umbar. It's how they do it, but it's certainly going to be tied to the epic. I would have thought in some way, shape, or form, because it's all going to be a continuation of that. But that's all I can remember from last night off the top of my head. From Orion, and again, I thought it was a very good interview just because he's more privy to information, and he was a little bit more forthcoming than maybe what Cordovan can give. But you're very restricted in what you can say a lot of the time, especially because you don't necessarily know the information, you don't know how far along that information can be. And then obviously, if you're not privy to these conversations, you're not going to know them. So you can't always give the information out that you want. But yeah, there we go. So that's the look at the year ahead. Lofty expectations, I think, from a lot of players. If it comes off, then yeah, and I'm sure in various discords and various forums, people will be saying, "Well, that's not going to happen." Yeah, what have they done before? Yeah, they don't know what they're doing and all that kind of thing. I would say to all those people, and they never have an answer to it, if you want to make a change, they're actually taking on a lot of people. I think they're still taking on staff. If you want to make a difference, make a change. Positive feedback, apply for a job, and see how easy it is. I bet not many people do that. Again, it's very easy just to sit back and go, this should be how you do it. No, it's easy. Game dev is easy. People love that. Write a sentence, you've changed the world. Anyway. Right, let's find Sam Ridsvin. Oh, level 79. Oh, go find him. There he is. Look at that bright boy. Love him. I think if they can get the staff and they can keep the staff, that will help immensely. Like I said, when during the Orion interview last night, you could see that the point where he briefly discussed losing the staff, and he said that was a big hit. You know, pretty much was a big hit for them, and I don't think they kind of recovered from that, because at that point it was all of a sudden a scramble. And again, once you lose developers who know their stuff, it really does, put you on the back burner, and you're like, crap. Yeah. I don't know did we ever find out where they went or anything like that? Because I say I didn't follow it. I didn't know where things had progressed on that front. How long have we got left on this day? 7 days. That's fine. At least 3 went to Blizzard. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's Who opens a shop down the road, basically? You do see a lot of movement, a lot of changes, and a lot of people shifting around within the space. If you get a better job offer, if you get more money offered, better package, are you going to stick around? I think when you're a certain skill set and you get offered, people will always say, well, what about the loyalty and this and that? You've got to remember, these people are there to do a job. Just like you or me doing a job doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a loyalty. Footballers are the same. You could have a passion for a team. You could be... Oh, my camera's frozen again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's an awful picture. There we go. Let's just refresh. There we go. Always doing that. When there's a... like I say, footballers, you could have a passion for a football team, and then all of a sudden your favourite player leaves to go to somebody else, and you're like, oh, where's the loyalty? You got to remember, they're an employee. Just like everybody else. If they get given a shit ton more money to do the same job with maybe better prospects, maybe more secure job, etc., what are you going to do as a person? What are you going to do as a... what do you say? I've been reading. Yeah, there's a lot to consider. Whereas obviously people who are players and subscribers and everything else to the game are very, very passionate about it. That doesn't necessarily translate to what a dev thinks. A dev is there as an employee, as a job for them to do, to earn money, to provide for their family, themselves, whatever they do. So I think you've always got to consider that. So yeah, losing 4 devs that are working on probably quite a shit ton of content, yeah, that's going to put you on a serious downer, and that's probably why everything is so behind. Maintaining staff, difficult to do, but let's hope that they can do it. Right, yeah. So yeah, we'll see how things pan out in the coming year. Yeah, lofty aims. I do agree with you there, Keats. You know, at the end of the day, it's going to be difficult for them to achieve. But if you don't aim for it, you're not going to, you know, necessarily get there. Right, Elfmar. So defend Faldon with the help of Elf Ward. Okay. Oh, is this another horseback one? Ugh.
Thane Elfmar has rallied the Elf Ward for the coming assault against Foldham, hoping to repel the assembled White Hand force.
Thank you for your help.
Right. Come on. Hello. Whoa, wait. Hey, whoa. What the fuck? Wow. Elfmar, what are you doing, man? Engines for Elf and Gells. Okay, this is quite handy. Oh. He's over there. I'd much rather not be on horseback, to be fair. Pain in the backside. Where are you? Where? Oof. Damn. Okay. Hang on, did he kill it? Did he die? Yeah. If I'm thinking, wasn't there original like turning enhancement LOTRO or something for War State? Yeah, the bridles used to be a kind of enhancement thing, but I think they got rid of them. Oh, they've kind of not got rid of them. They're still available, but they don't work in the same way. Where the fuck's he gone? Where's he gone? Is he reset? No, he's over here. Jesus. How the hell did he get there? Wow. Who's that one? He's running. Oh. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Yeah. Thane Elfmar, you're a pain in the ass. I'm in combat, but I have no idea with what. What's there? Boom. There we go. Where's he going? He's off over that way. Oh, yeah, going back this way. There you are. Ready your weapon, another surge of invaders. You shall not pass. Wind. There we go. Love that. Cool. Oh, well, let me advance it. Yeah, can't advance that one yet. Where's he gone? There he is. If you were a hunter or anyone with any range, seriously, I would just be getting off the war steed and then just shooting the shit out of everything that moves from where you stood. Wow. There we go.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, I can't do that. So speak to Northwold along the road. Okay. Is it back to the north? Oh, to the southwest. Okay. He's there. Yeah, I'll be on for a little bit. No worries. No worries. Boop, 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 boop. Wow, hello. That's how a war steed can get confused. Perfect system.
Find aid in time. Time is short, and so is hope.
Okay. There we go. Oh, he's gone over that way. All of a sudden he goes left. What a wazzock. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Right, where's the last one? Over there. Wow. He's stuck in the ground now. Where's he gone? Huh? Where's there? Boink. Marvellous. Oswald's over there. At least now you don't... Well, you can level. I mean, I'm leveling through this area because it's on level, but you don't have to do every kind of goddamn epic storyline in and around this area. Because that was annoying. Just to get your trait points, which I think is an absolute godsend. His war steed can literally just turn on its nose. Like, fuck. Let's go this way. Let's go this way and let's hit these. Well, at some point. I'll have it in about 20 minutes. Now you mention it. Head 2. Oh. Yeah. Oh, well. Boop. You can say you could read it on your scribe. Right, there's Northwolf. I did all the hard work. You just
Time is short.
didn't do a great deal there.
So is hope.
Where's Osin? Oh, there he is. Oh, there we go. No, thank you. Boop. Right, ride with Osin.
Our mission is dire.
Our mission is dire. Right, where are you going? Because you're fishing around all over. Where are you going? Oh. Look, is the pathing with this? Quite phenomenally weird. Bonkers. Done. It will be. Let it go, let it go. That's the breeze. And a bit raining as well. It's a drizzle. Try to keep forward movement all the time with the war steed, just because you build the war steed fury. Hey up. You did a 180 on me. Boom. Okay, outside the mead hall. Oh. Eee.
What brings you to these lands?
Oh. Can I do that one yet? Nope. North of the mead hall. Oh shit, he's on the horse. He's on the horse. Ah, crap. Was hoping I could just whack him. Wacka, wacka, wacka. Where's he gone? He's there. Oh, bot Glim. Come back here, you little shit. Well, there's the other one joining in. It's not what I want, really. It's two of them at the same time. Not orcs, anyway. Or a Kai. There we go. That's one down. Oh, there's Numbnuts. There he is. Ulbar. Come here, you. Boom. I have no idea with it. I'm just pressing buttons. We'll see what kills them and what doesn't. Boink. There we go. Future saying Elfmar at the meat hole gates. Done. Ugh. Hey, doing easy. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Yeah.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you for your help. Yeah, we can't do it all. Well, it'd be nice if I could actually do the... how can I hand it in? Yay! What's that? Whoop.
You did very well.
You did very well, apparently. Well, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. 13. Excellent. Good to see you're enjoying it. Always good. 1380. Oh, we'll get the shoulders and sell them. There
I
we
need your help if you can aid me.
go. Right, we're on to Aworth. Ooh. Right, are we? Oh, we're not Taylor, are we? 'Cause we've bugged off Taylor. Metalsmith. Metalsmith. Anything there? No. Boink. Go on. Get rid. Eee. Right. Onwards and upwards and offwards we go. Boop. So Aworth is over there. Okay. Oh, Aworth, we also go to the top of the tower. I suspect we'll actually be able to do it today because of the lag. It'll be like, boing, free, fall off. Mm-hmm. None too shabby, none too shabby. Thanks, Easy. None too shabby. Yeah, we just had a look at the the letter to the players, kind of producer letter that they give out, seeing what they're laying out for the year, and a few extra things from Orion, who was hosting Court of the Rings last night. So yeah, it was all good. It was all good. I think there's a lot to... There we go, Croftwatch. I knew there was one thing to find up here. Oh, yeah, that camp down there. Right. Hey, what's the way we go? Let's get some shit while we're here, because we, always need some more. I think with the expansion in terms of the size of the game can help and hinder. I think sometimes it's good because people can be so spread out that the lag can be lessened. I think we see a lot more of it when there's a lot of people around. Whereas when you... Miles away. Whoop, hello. When you're in a congested area, we see a lot of, the lag happening. but also it's nice that the game feels full when there's a lot of players around. So it's a kind of double-edged sword. You can't win either way. You know, you want the world to feel alive with players and NPCs and everything, but by the same token, when the engine struggles a little bit, you don't necessarily want that lag to happen because of all those people being around and, you know, etc., etc. Let's avoid you. Yeah. Level 81. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Fear Horn. Level 80. Whoop. I don't think I've ever killed that one, but anyway, we'll remove it for the time being. There we go. Oh, Moostowsk. Whale Riders. Well, they're 82. Okay. We're not far off hitting level 80, so I'm not going to worry too much. If you're not already, please do hit the subscribe button over on YouTube. It does help. I mean, a lot of people will predominantly still stick with being here on Twitch, but if you'd like to, you know, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, that'd be cool. You never know what's going to happen in the world of streaming, so sometimes, you know, it's nice to diversify and have a place on both formats. Funny enough, obviously with the issues, you know, they've said that Twitch is not profitable, and that's where they're making changes, and they've laid off a shit ton of staff and stuff like that, which is goddamn awful. One thing from there was I can't remember who put it up. I don't know if it was somebody posted on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that you know, what do people see happening with Twitch? And then one of the founders of Kick turned around and said, Kick buying Twitch. Now, they've got a lot of money behind them, seemingly, but I think ethically they're, with their gambling, etc., I don't think it's necessarily in the right place. So, but it could happen. Who knows? You know, would Amazon see it hemorrhaging and going, nope, time to cut our losses? There we go, level 80. Boom. Big bam bosh. Level 80. Level 80. Let's have a look. See, do we need to reforge? No, it'll be 81, won't it? Oh, that's groovy. Oh, Tulf. Let's see what we've got to get from you.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
The Rohirrim will need your aid. I'll run around here.
I hope we will find aid in time.
Right,
Our mission is dire.
Called Vina.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Now, while I'm here, I can't remember. Is there a quest for this, or do you just do it? I can't remember. I can't remember if there is just a quest, or whether you have to. You can just do the climb. Oop, text not loading. It feels like a long time since I've actually done this. Whoop. 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 Boink. Whoop. I don't remember the way there. Whoop. Whoop. That was close. Yeah, I can't remember now. Whoop. Boink. It's always when you get the one moment of lag that will kill you. Up, 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 up. And then onto here. I can see why this unnerves people, to be fair, because obviously, as a human being or whatever it is, you do get this fear eventually of heights to a degree. And obviously, even in the computer characters, you start looking down and you know that it's going to fall and it's not going to hurt you, but it is going to be a problem. Ooh, hello. Whoop. Boink. 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 Ooh. Up there. Boink. To the side. Oh yeah. First time. Not lost that touch. Apparently my wife hates me because I can do it first time every time. Oop. Skills, you see. Sound like Gollum over there. Oop, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, managed it. Better legs. Nice. Honestly. Right. Okie dokie. Right, let's just carry on. Yeah, there's probably something about chickens here later on. We'll see if we do it. If not, I've done it. I've just proved myself that I can do it. I think what does help if you have quite a high frame rate there as well. If you don't, then it can be a bit, you know, any extra lag or extra issues introduced is going to be, you know, seriously, yeah. I'm not going to do yet. We'll just wait there.
Welcome, my friend.
Welcome, my friend.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Anything in here? I want to know why he stood there behind the potatoes.
Greetings.
You know.
If you have a moment, I have need of your assistance. What brings you to these lands? Your aid is welcome, friend.
Actually, very interesting to see what they've actually potentially got.
We travel swiftly.
Okay. Okay.
We'll aid
Let's
you
have
as
a little
best
look
we
see
may.
here then. Level 80. Heavy armor, Entwash stuff. Slightly better. Tactical mitt. Yeah. Okay, still got the Blade of the West there stuff as well. Leggings. Yeah, I mean, what the tokens? They're silver tokens of the Riddermark. Yeah. It could be something good to utilize until level 85, where I'll be switching to.
It is wise for wanderers to equip themselves. These lands are not to be traveled lightly.
Hitbold stuff kind of thing, which is something I'd have to work on. Anything else in here? Crafting. Helmingers. Oh, war steed bridles and stuff, yeah. You can upgrade them still, seemingly. Okay, so... the bridle, I think I can't use until level 80. Yeah. 85, I think I'm going to have to get to. So I think they've changed it so that it's you progressively. But yeah, we'll have to wait on that one. But yeah, look at the jewelry.
These lands
You
are
got
not to be
anything
traveled
good?
lightly.
Okay. So let's have a little look. See, all cross stuff. Okay. Yeah, slightly better. That's on the agility. What about the brass one? More might, fit, physical mastery, lose vitality.
We travel swiftly.
I just don't know whether just to get the the heavy armor and just have it done kind of thing. The thing is, like that, I'd lose physical mastery, vitality, although I get morale and lose crit. The boots, again, an upgrade, but only slightly. Don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Inside.
Will you aid the horse lords?
All right. All right. All right. Get Felder. Let's shall we?
I know not why my friends Sperlin and Brunstein are fighting, but someone must stop them. I am afraid they're going to injure more than their friendship. My parents say that strangers might be dangerous. I do not believe you will find welcome here. I hope the orcs go eat the Dunlandings. What brings you to these lands? I am afraid to go out at night.
Yeah.
I am not supposed to speak with strangers.
Yeah, you did.
Welcome, my friend. My parents say that strangers might be dangerous. I
Oh.
am not supposed to speak with strangers. Will you speak with me?
I love that. I'm not supposed to speak with strangers. Will you speak with me? What? Hey, make your mind up.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Right, so let's go through. We've got this gap in the fence along here somewhere. Yeah. Yes. In the sec. Oh, it's spelling sword, isn't it?
I do not believe you will find welcome here.
Oh. A pile of debris. There's a pile of French cheese. Do.
What brings you to these lands?
Welcome, my friend.
Welcome, my friend. Disturbed Earth. Oh. Operant. Weak.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Flip operant. Prince head south. Fire. Doink. A ball. Doink. Doink. Let's dude. We just gonna get rid of Picky. Stuff. Vale Captain. Okay. Blink. Footprints. Actually up the hill somewhere. Yeah. That's east. Funnily enough, straight into these Vale Riders. Nice. Yeah. So if you're going to attack me, you're going to attack me straight on, and I'll give me a chance to hit you a couple of times while you run off. There we go. Thank you. Up the hill. tracking southeast. Avoid you then. Hello, Mr. Elite. Take you on, shall we? Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Paw prints. Oh, dog corpse. Oh no, we found the dog. Oxcorp appears to have been run through by an oxbow with such force that the orc must have been mounted. Find an orc with Sperling's sword. An orc has killed a dog and taken Sperling's sword. That orc is such a dick. That much of a dick that I'm going to kill him for doing that to a dog. Would it be you, Mr. Veil Rider? I have my suspicions. So we're going to hit you. I'm going to hit you again. I'm going to hit you again. And he didn't have. Okay, there's a corpse here though. He had to die. Mauled by a drake. Eh? Okay, remote quest. Defeat the drake that stole. Oh, find this. Right. So what we'll do. I'm gonna find the drake. It'll be down here somewhere. Oh shit. I want to do that. Oh, done. We avoid all these. So Sauron now sees me with his beady little eye. The git. I wonder if I need to kill some of these. Oops. Oh yeah, we do need Aurochs meat, don't we? Got me out, little git. Well, hello. Incoming. Oh, hello. Let me noggin. Boink. Done. Okay, so we've got the Auroch side. Remote quest. Bring the sword to Sperling and find the entrance to the Drake's lair. Now that is up there, isn't it? Yeah, let's go. Oh, we need more Aurochs, don't we? What do we? Yeah. No, we don't. I don't think we actually need any more. I think it's the Drakes, isn't it? Which is just picking up around here. Oh. Completely getting out of trouble. Always a good thing to get out of. A city under siege. Oh, it's the Auroch Ivory. Okay. Do I actually need to... Yeah, I'm going to have to wait for a bull to spawn, aren't I, probably? Get the ivory. A lot of bull. Tell you what, we'll take on you, shall we? Wow. Done between the pair of them. Okay. So got a hunter that was just, hopefully, just going to wait until I managed to splat that. Here, Vale. Bull. Come here. Oh yeah, thank you. I knew that was going to happen. Bond. Okay. Whoop, Drake inbound again. Hello, coming over the top. Let's kick your ass again then. Veil cows, veil cows. Okay. There's one over here. Oh, there is one. Hey, you. Wait, Bull. Your ass over here. We're going walking off, dipshit. Boink. There we go. Incoming. Oh. So the one that spawned up here, I killed. I think there's only 3 and you have to wait for the other one to spawn. So I wonder if it's going to be spawned down here again. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. I did wipe them all out here, didn't it? Oh, fork invaders. Ugh. Rude. I wonder what they're actually saying when they make that noise. You know, I mean, you see the cows in the fields and some in the wild and everything. I wonder if they're actually saying, fuck off. Just telling everybody that there's some weird looking thing stood near them. Oh, come on. Probably why that hunter was tootling around for so long. Oop. Pick up. Drake inbound again. Eee. Boink. Yeah, I love the irony that he... oh, there he is. That spawns more often does the Drake than all the bulls. Boink. There we go. Right, so... we can go back. Go back. We can go back, you know. Go back. Wash your back. Wash your back. Good. So when we get back to Aworth and we hand these questions, I'm just going to take a little AFK. Just need to grab something to eat. Oop, hello. Just grab this scan. Yeah, we'll just be AFK for just 10 minutes or so. Just want to grab something to eat. Just get to Aworth and hand in some stuff, you know. I do need to find a guard somewhere. Here on the outside. There we go. Kriba.
Greetings, friend of the road.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Welcome, my friend.
Okay, that's more people spoken to. All good. And let's go up.
Portal, there you go. Speak to you.
What brings you to these lands?
Sterling, there's your sword. Put me in a little
What brings you to these lands?
dick. And you, Bronston.
My friend's papa never came home from the war.
What business have you with the Rohirrim? The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Okay, we've got testing blankets.
The Rohirrim have
Bombs
need of your
and all
services.
sorts of
The
shizzle.
Rohirrim will need your aid. Our success depends upon our strength.
Second.
Will you aid us?
Aid us. Let's just fall off there. Gethelda.
What brings you to these lands?
Okay, pocket item. Ring or pendant? Yeah. We'll take that as a ring, I think. That might be quite good. We've done everything there. Find the lair, more drakes. To you.
What brings you to these lands?
There we go. Wanted, but there you go. Yeah, rubbish. Okay, we need to. Well, no, we could do you, don't we? Lord both.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Right here. Yeah. There we go.
Welcome, my friend.
There we go. Right. I'm just going to take a quick AFK. Just leave us while we're in there and the capable hands of this this nice little place. But yeah, I'm just going to grab some food, and then she'll be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Ooh.
We're back again. Just for some reason, I can't actually get my camera to come back on. It's almost like XSplit has crashed. A bit weird. Check on tube of view. Behaving. That's good. Yep. Strange, very strange. I just gotta get my camera to come back on. It's just like, no, don't want to know. Don't want to know. Real quick. Let's just do a quick review. Yeah. All the sparkles. Look at all the sparkles. Sparkles. Yeah, I can't get my camera to come back on. It's just like, nah. Not gonna work. It's almost like XSplit has just crapped itself. I have no idea what's going on with it. Broke it. That's that. Still there. That's still there. Yeah. No. So yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have to do without my face. So a lot of people might be happy with that. There we go. Right. Yeah, we'll just carry on. Like I said, I don't know what's going on there. A bit weird, but. Flower. Right, is that all? Yeah, okay. Yep. The oven's round the back. Now for now. Cooking. We're cooking all sorts of shit.
Your
Deliver
age,
meat
welcome,
pies. Yeah.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Business have you been? She's well too nice sounding for being a Rohirrim lady. I can't imagine that they'd sound that posh. Whoa, hello. Now my other camera's showing up. What the fuck? It's like I'm not even there. I'm actually there. What the hell? XSplit, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? That is not even my right camera. Wow. Yep. Hang on. I'm just going to, hopefully, just going to quickly stop the stream and then start it up again. Something's gone very, very strange here. Yeah. Not me scratching. I just don't know where it's picked up that actual image from, which is a bit weird because I'm actually sat in that chair. No idea. All right. Something gone. Whoop, hello.